a few minutes after that. And there hasn't really been, it's been more of a meet and greet so far. I think with the holidays, it's kind of been um, a little tough to get in contact. But so far it's been more meet and greets and just kind of welcoming me to the organization. Hasn't been any real conversations about roles or anything yet.
Um, just how would you kind of describe your 2024?
Dream come true. I mean, it was from the non-performance side, it was amazing. Just the opportunity to get to step into the big leagues and be a part of that and get to play in those stadiums and get to face some of those guys. It was incredible. Very thankful to the Red Sox for that opportunity and looking forward to getting to help the White Sox any way that I can this year up there.
Hey Cam, how would you sort of describe your own journey? I know you came through some tough times and bounced back and finally got to where you where you arrived last year. How do you put all of that into words as you kind of reflect on it now?
For sure. I think everybody has a story. Um, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just a lot of trial and error, I guess. I don't know. Without a test, there's no testimony. So unfortunately, I made some mistakes when I was younger. Injuries were just kind of always a constant for me, but I've been fortunate enough to kind of stay healthy the last couple years and see what I'm able to do when I'm healthy, and it's been a lot of fun.
How do you remember your one season in the Chicago-ish area playing for the Dogs in 2021?
Very well. The village of Rosemont. Had a
Yeah.
wonderful time out there playing for Butch Hobson. It was a lot of fun. I didn't realize how windy it was. I had never really played in Chicago until that summer, but I loved it. I never really ventured into the city too much. Kind of stayed in the village of Rosemont, but I had a lot of fun out there.
A lot to do in Rosemont actually out there, right?
Yeah, it was beautiful. I had a good
Apparently.
time out there. Yeah, I made a lot of good friends, and it was a lot of fun. That was the first team I had played for coming out of retirement, and so I was just happy to have a uniform and get to play. And so it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that summer.
I don't know if people know a lot about independent ball, but what's kind of the level of competition? What's the crowd reaction? Seems like they're pretty supportive of their teams where these teams are located.
Yeah, so I've played in the American Association and the Atlantic League, and I think depending on where you play, the crowd support and size can vary pretty heavily. I played in Chicago. We had really good fan bases. I played in Lancaster in the Atlantic League, really good fan bases. I think it kind of just depends on how much their media teams are willing to work with the community and kind of let them know there is a baseball team out there. But it was a lot of fun. Competition level, I'm not. It kind of varies from team to team. In the Atlantic League, you can have a couple big leaguers in each lineup. The American Association, you can have some younger guys. So some lineups could be AAA lineups, some lineups could be AA lineups. But there's some good ball players in those leagues.
You talked about you've been able to be healthy these last few years. What do you feel like about your routine is different from your earlier in your career where you have been able to enjoy the consistency so far?
Yeah, my younger days, I didn't really have a very sound routine. As I've gotten older, I've really taken it upon myself to hone in on my diet, hone in on my recovery, my sleep, and just try to do everything from a weight room standpoint to try to prepare me for the season. As I've gotten older, I've really tried to understand how to stay healthy, ask older guys what they do to stay healthy, and just it's a lot of trial and error. But like I said, I've been fortunate to kind of put a couple seasons together being healthy, and through those, I've learned and everything I've learned to try to take it into the next season.
You've been using a cutter the last 2 years. It seems like it's been a big help as far as making you better against right-handed hitters. Just how
Mhm.
did it kind of develop, and how have you seen it evolve since you started throwing it?
It actually developed. I was training back home in Washington, and I was playing catch with a buddy of mine named Garrett Westberg, and he just kind of told me to take your four seam and pretty much just try to throw it with the side of your hand. And it took a while to develop, but I took that into indie ball that season going into Chicago, and was able to kind of develop it a little bit there, and then just kind of use it over throughout the years and kind of started to understand the profile of it a little bit better and where it's the most useful in what quadrant. And so it's probably my favorite pitch to throw now. And over the years, I've just kind of tinkered with the grips a little bit, watched Edgertronic with it, and kind of seen where the most productive release points are and where the best movement profiles are.
Yeah, it's often a pitch that you can, throw in the zone for weak contact. Has it been part of also the walks coming down, since over the last couple of years as well?
Yeah, I think so. The big reasoning for adapting the cutter was there was just a big velo separation between my four seam fastball and my slider, and the thought process was if we can add that, we can have something in the middle, kind of give some hitters another thing to look at. And I think with that, it's really helped me to one, cut down the walks, but I think more importantly, get ahead. It's a pitch that I feel like I can throw in any part of the count for a strike, whether it's 3-0, 0-0, 1-0, 0-1. So yeah, it's definitely. I think that's attributed to the walks being cut down throughout my career, and then I think also just being healthy and being able to, kind of feel my mechanics throughout the entire season and feel my body throughout an entire season and stuff. So
So it's kind of a bridge pitch that's become your most comfortable pitch.
yeah, yeah, good way of putting it. Yeah.
So, what is your thoughts about becoming a member of the Chicago White Sox?
Nice to meet you, Coach. Excited. I don't have. I mean, what I remember about the White Sox is Konerko and Brzezinski and that era, and so I remember watching those guys back in the day and remember it being a really exciting place. And so, I mean, anytime that I have a uniform and an opportunity to help a club win, I'm excited. And so the fact that they wanted me and they traded for me, I'm excited and I'm ready to go into camp and do anything I can to try to earn a big league spot.
So, I got to ask my famous question. What do you know about Chicago pizza?
I know it's fantastic. I haven't dived into the deep dish pizza yet, but I'm looking forward to any recommendations that you have.
We're going to let Joe handle that. He's going to take you.
Okay. Okay.
All right, Cam, really appreciate you taking the time after the holidays to talk to the group here. Have a safe and happy New Year, and we'll see you in Arizona in February.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate your guys' time and happy New Year to you as well.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Cam. Happy New Year.
For the media, thanks for taking the time, guys, joining and talking with Cam here. Everyone have a safe and happy New Year. We'll talk to you guys after the New Year.